It is hoped that the North Entry Monument becomes the starting point to many other monuments, big, small, throughout the city. This is really the start of something special for Kelowna.
Kelowna is a city where different backgrounds come together, and this monument represents that unity, greeting everyone who enters our city.
I think that this Northern Gateway Entry Monument in Kelowna is going to capture what we hope reconciliation can look like.
When I first saw the competition brief, I realized pretty quickly that this wasn't something that one person could do alone.
When we were thinking about what would be important for the form and structure of this monument, the Indigenous community needed to have input and substantial input into it.
I needed to find someone that could bring that knowledge, but also that ability to communicate abstractly to represent the different aspects of what makes Kelowna unique.
As artists, we want to come in and have the visual impact and tell the story. However, this is not a public art piece, this was a civic monument, and so we did some research and we viewed numerous entry monuments, and we wanted to set ourselves apart from a standard civic monument. And so that was where we came in, and we thought to use the piece to create an educational and historical and teaching component into it. The structure is laid out in a way where it mimics a basket weave. And so each iconography in each band of the weave speaks to one of the 5 themes.
They start from pre-settlement with just the land and then water. The combination of those two led to the early settlement and the heritage that Kelowna builds, and then the community, and then ultimately Kelowna.
When we talk about weaving from an Indigenous aspect, the word seal speaks to weaving many different strands and coming together to work as one. We found that weaving both the non-Indigenous and the Indigenous aspects together is what we felt Kelowna represented.
You know, you come into this beautiful area, this beautiful city, but that highway stretch needs something.
It's quite a unique site that was chosen, and it's a perfect site, being the Northern Gateway into Kelowna. But it is along the highway, so everything that was designed had to respond to that sense of movement and distance. So the design itself really takes advantage of the site, the topography. The elements from a distance will appear that they're stacked upon each other. As you move past, they start to break apart, they start to transform. More detail becomes evident, and it really is meant to change not only in terms of the environment and the lighting conditions and the time of day, but also as you move through the space.
One of the beautiful things about this monument is that people can experience it on a lot of different levels. There's what's very representational, such as like a honeybee or, you know, the salmon. These are all immediately recognizable, but it still raises questions like why that particular animal. So if people are curious, they can delve deeper into it and they can find out what are the stories.
The North Entry Monument is a depiction of us as a culture, as a city, as a municipality. We need an expression, a design expression that captures this beautiful city, our region. We're different than any other city in the region. We're different than any other in Canada. This sign will typify us and distinguish us in the world and in the nation.